All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Group Chart Analysis. It is Monday, August 27th, and it is technically 8 o'clock because I am now in Missouri, traveling all over the fucking place, doing our thing. But last night was good. A lot of setups. You guys took the trades that we went over last night. The main four I was telling you to look at were EU, Gold, GU, and AU, and U-Chief. I stressed U-Chief a lot as well. They did the perfect setup. Everything that was predicted worked out immensely. So if you guys took those trades, or if you waited for those setups, you should have racked the fuck out. So if you didn't, and you are now looking at it, it's okay. You still saw it. So let's kind of see what we're looking at now. Let me go to the 4-hour on EU. Now EU is still divergent on the 4-hour. It's still overbought, but the thing is, let me go to the 1-hour. What I think EU is going to keep doing, it's going to keep rising. All right, so we're going to see that continued rise. Let me see the daily actually. I have a point here in the daily. So the daily, and this is what I was showing you guys yesterday. It was looping out of the volatility band. That's what happened here. It looped out of the volatility band, but then it's starting to make its way out a little bit more. This thing's going to make its way up to that overbought zone, and this is going to continue up to that daily Mayo, which means if we go to the 4-hour, this is going to stay in the over. See if you guys notice, and this is how you can tell that it's going to consolidate, right? This is exactly what it's going to do. It's going to consolidate, go up, consolidate, go up. It's going to gradually just go up slowly. Right? It's going to shoot up in like a slow pattern like this. Right? And the reason I know that is because the thing that we look for when it comes to reversal patterns, we look for shark fins, we look for the volatility bands to start expanding. Right? Well, the one thing is that, one, it's inside the volatility bands, which is one reason to look for continuation. And two, the volatility bands are getting squeezed. So when the volatility bands get squeezed and the RSI is still inside the volatility band and it's overbought, but it's not fully divergent and there's no trend, and this is a very, very clean pattern pair, what you're going to get is this. It's going to do a squeeze non-stop into that overbought zone. Hence, what's going to happen is pull back, rise, pull back, rise, pull back, rise, until it gets to that overbought zone on the higher time frame, which is daily. That's what we're going off of right now. So we're not seeing anything crazy. There is no reversals. You guys are continuing this uptrend. It's going to keep going. It's going to stay above the stationary 50 that you see here on the hour. At least the most boom, 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 boom. It's literally going to stay up there. I'm going to keep doing the same shit. These pairs, EU, Gold, GU, AU, you're pretty much going to be looking for continued shots up, especially EU. So pull back down, stop, hunt low, drop. It's divergent here on the 15-minute. If you guys seen that, it's overbought, it's going down, it's going up here. Might throw an M, drop down, hit that water, come up. Kind of do what it did here. It could bounce down towards that 144, then hit it, and then shoot up. If it breaks it, it could go down towards that Mayo. If it decides to do a little tiny reversal tonight, it could drop down towards that Mayo. Hit the Mayo, reverse back up. You're looking for continued shot up, though, and this is what you mainly want to be looking for. Shoots down gradually, continue, drop. That's what you're looking for. It's going to continue up. Gold. Gold's the same shit. This thing is going to be continuing up as well. Let me just make sure on the daily that we're going to be seeing that. It is outside the volatility band, but if you're looking at the daily, what it was doing here was a squeeze, right? So what happens is this is called a squeeze. The volatility bands get really tight. The yellow line, the market baseline, the yellow market baseline gets into the oversold zone or overbought, depending where it's at, and then it breaks out and it goes to the stationary 50, which on here is up here. Hence, it's actually about 150 pips away. So you're going to be looking for buy still on gold, just off of that one fucking thing right there. Who said something? What you have for EJ? I don't know. I don't look at that pair, but I could probably tell you it's going to be the same shit as UJ. So whatever I decide on UJ, that's probably what EJ is going to do. Gold is hitting that Mayo right now. It's not divergent. It is not showing any signs of any pattern. I don't see anything. Hence, I'm going to continue this pattern up, and it could go through the EMAs. Gold is a technical pair. It is not an EMA-based pair. This thing can literally just break the EMAs like nothing. As you're seeing here, it just went up and down between the water. So looking for this thing to do anything on the EMA, it doesn't really matter. Let's look for this. It has still time to shoot up to that most recent resistance line. Delete these. Here, hour. It's divergent. The most what you're going to see. Drop down against the water. Consolidation. Pull up. We need this thing to go up to the blueberry. So it's going to hit the blueberry tonight. Once it does, we'll wait. We'll see what happens. Could possibly set up for a reversal. Who knows? It probably could set up for a bigger head and shoulders where this will kind of go up here. The head will be up here. Throw an M, drop, right shoulder, and then drop back down towards that side. So we'll see how it goes. But expect another day rise on gold. Drop, pull up. You guys can make that buy. GU was textbook last night. If you could have placed some pending orders right here in the blueberry, which is, did I draw this line here yesterday? What did I do here? I drew this line. We were waiting for the continued push up. So the daily was not oversold. I mean, it was oversold. It was inside the volatility bands. It broke that catch up. And what we were looking for was that continued shot up in the daily, as it is doing. Now, I think it's still going to shoot up here on the daily towards that volatility band and that stationary 50, which means it has to shoot up to that water, right? So what we're going to do, let's go to the 4 hour, see if we can find more precise entry here. So it's a little bit of consolidation, which is okay. I think what we could expect here is possibly a small shot down here, but a continued rise up. That's the 4 hour. Nothing too crazy here. I still think it's going to be still think it's going to be continuing. Yeah, so what we'll expect, because it took out this recent high, and I mean this high right here, we'll pull it back towards that water, and we'll look for a shot up towards that high. All right, we'll see how it goes. There is no divergence. There's nothing telling me to do anything crazy, so you're going to be looking for the continuation. You're going to go for a scalping or intraday. It's a little divergent on the 15-minute, hence we're looking for it to drop down to that Mayo. Boom, boom, shoots up, recent high, game over. That's what you're looking for. And if that happens, it'll be about right here. You get a nice 40-something pips, 40 to 50 pips, depending on how fast it moves. So that's what we'll be looking for. AU, same shit. Notice how I'm not looking. I told you guys, these are my 4 favorite pairs because they all correlate together. They all do the same shit. AU was easy. I told you guys that I threw that railroad yesterday, and we were going to be looking for the buy by default. It made its move a little earlier. It was perfect. It threw a railroad right off the water, and the catch up. This is called a between the sheets trade right here, where it's a guarantee to hit that Mayo. So the fact that it didn't hit it yet gives me another indication that it's going to keep rising. It's still above the stationary 50. 1 hour. This pair might do a little bit of something. Oops, wrong pair. Oh, sorry. Click the wrong button. What we could see here, it is overbought, but it's not divergent. So continuation is inevitable. Same thing. Pull back, rise back up. Right? And because there's no trend, you can use the EMAs for like specific like take profit zone, but I think it's going to blow right past it, honestly. And you're going to just see this thing continue up with the overall trend. Do that little divergent head and shoulders. or inverted head and shoulders here, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, rise, pull back, rise, consolidation, new high, pull back, stop some, and trap some sellers, and then continue to push again up into this zone. All right, so it's the same thing. U-Chief, this one played out perfectly as well. We were looking for the break in that low, and it literally was a straight shot. I said it was possibly going to pull back. The most it did was up to that 15-minute Mayo, which is the 1 hour water, and it continued down. It completely just continued right back down, like as predicted. The daily, I said, is going to go down towards that blueberry, still making the move. You see the RSI continue straight shot down. So we're going to see this thing continue to shot down a little bit. Right? 4 hour, it pulls back. You'll see this pull back, drop, straight drop. It's forming like a bearish channel. Right, you're going to watch this thing pull back a little bit more. Ideally, you want to see it go off of the water. That would be awesome. And then you'll take. Right? And then we'll see the 15-minute, which should be the Mayo again. Yep, it's divergent here. If it breaks the water, it's going up to the 15-minute Mayo. Tank. You guys can take it down to the recent low. Textbook stuff. Very, very simple. And then Wednesday, Thursday, we'll look for midweek reversals. We'll see how that all goes. But UJ, we were looking for the buy on UJ. I mean, I thought I was going to hit the blueberry a little bit before I did it, but it didn't. Let me see this daily. It broke the trend line, which is good. If you guys see in here, it's making its way back up. I still think it will. It broke this high, right? Here was the most recent high. It broke it. We got a new high. Pull back down as projected. Continue back up. First place is going to hit recent high. All right. So if you want to take a short-term trade from the high, is 23 pips. Right? Let's go to the hour. Bouncing off the blueberry. Looking like it's making the move already, actually. This thing could be making the move right now. It's a JPY pair. So those 1, 2 hits off of the blueberry, rejected multiple times. It's coming out of the volatility band here. Volatility bands are starting to expand. We'll be looking for this thing to shoot the fuck up. All right, so if you wanted to take a buy on UJ, you can go to the recent high for a quick take profit, but overall this thing will be rising again. Next zone would be about here, right there. And then from there it'll be here. All right, so you got plenty of room for these buys. GJ, same shit. Pull back here. No, it is divergent, but it's a JPY pair. I don't care about that. I think this thing's going to continue up as it's going to stay above the stationary 50 on the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the daily. So the daily, it's making its way. It's pulling back. It's going to be a straight shot up to that 50 EMA. Right on the 4 hour. What this could do is possibly drop down to the catch up, but shoot back up towards that Mayo. 1 hour, same thing we predicted yesterday, drop down to the water and then shoot up. That's all you're going to be doing. All the pairs that we were looking at yesterday, everything's going to be the same. Just look for the continuation. Same thing with EA, continuation. I wanted to shoot up a little bit higher, but we will be looking for this thing to tank. The reason I say that on the 15-minute is because this has been rising, and it has been divergent up here. It shot down, formed a new level. And I was saying that I wanted it to shoot up a little bit to form that nice M. If it shoots up, guys, right, if this thing continues up as predicted, it goes up to this high and it does not break, that's an M. It's going to tank. All right. So we'll see how this all plays out. Daily, it's going to tank for a pullback because it formed a new high. Here's the recent highs right here. Here's the new high. So you got a low, high, higher low, higher high, up until you have the most recent high, which is right here. Right, so it's got to go out and retest, or at least come near it for it to not either break it or to test it and then continue. So that's what you're looking for. Let me see if I can find the 4 hour. And then, yeah, so that's what you guys are going to be looking for. Continuation. GA, same shit. I wanted it to actually shoot down towards that trend line, but because of where the EMAs are at, I don't know. It might not do it. It could continue. Let me see. It's below stationary, which is why I wanted it to drop first, but it might not even do that. This thing could just shoot continue up. Let me see if I can draw this. From here, no, I don't like that. So we'll do this. I'm just gonna say wait for it. I don't like the pattern on GA. It's not my favorite setup right now. So just kind of be patient with GA. It's just kind of doing its thing. It's trapping traders right here. So just hold off on GA. G Chief, I still have this thing for a continued sell, and it's looking like it's doing that right now. This low. That's the first place it's going to go to. So I'm looking for G Chief, continued sell. Look for it to drop still. Not changing that at all. It actually will probably drop a little bit lower. I'm still waiting for this thing to continue. The 4 hour looks like the RSI is getting ready to bounce out of the volatility band, and it's the oversold zone, which will push it past that low. Right, so you're looking for the continued drops. And the UCAD was perfect layout as well. If you look at the 4 hour, I said it was going to drop towards that blueberry, and it did. It went right to it. Right. So if you guys traded this, perfect. I told you that it was just pulling back, so you're waiting for the pullback and then tank. So if you took that trade, you should have caught something. Weekly, told you it was going to the water. It's going to the Mayo. It still has room. 4 hour. Let me go. Where is that Mayo, by the way? Oh, I already drew it. 4 hour down here. So you have another good amount of pips. We'll see how it goes though, because it is retesting this low. It did technically break it, but anything's possible. So you have 40 something pips. I'm going to go to 15 minutes, see if I can find anything. It's divergent. So you can either see this thing hit the water, consolidate, drop, or break the water, go up to the Mayo in the 15 minute, and then drop. But I'll be looking for this thing to continue as well. Not my favorite pair, but yeah. All right, so that's what we're looking at. But again, for my 4 pairs, EU, look, it's already dropping now. EU, gold, GU, and AU drop down for the pullback, rise back up during London, New York session. That's what you're looking for. Those are my 4 favorite pairs. Those are the ones I'm sticking with. So if you guys want to wait for it. Watch what it does. I'm telling you, it's going to make the move probably during the London session. Look at AU's doing right now. It's tanking perfectly right out of the volatility band. So just be patient with this, and then you'll be able to grab some more pips off of this pair. And then UChief should be rising then. Yep, perfect. UJ should be technically rising as well. Yep, there it goes. Did anybody just take that buy? I was like, you could take that buy. Go up to that high.
Yeah, I took it.
Hey, lit. So yeah, you can take it up to that recent high, at least. So you got about, from where it started, I don't know, 20 something. I think it was like 23 pips. I think. Frozen, whatever. It was like 23 pips. You could take that up. All right, cool. Does anybody got any questions? I mean, tonight's pretty self-explanatory. It's a lot of continuation shit. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll look for any midweek reversals. If that, I don't know, but I just know these pairs are continuing. So if there's no questions, I'll put this up in the group. Guys, make some money tonight, please. Like literally giving you the cheats to this shit. and rock the fuck out. Let's go. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Everyone have a great night. Peace.